Hello, guys. The topic I would like to talk about today is body-worn cameras. Before we get started here, I would like to talk about why this topic is interesting to me. I think it's interesting because body cameras can help improve police legitimacy and transparency. And another thing that's interesting about this topic is that cameras can show what goes on both sides of the equation. So not only are you getting to see the police's view of what's going on, but you also get to see everything that goes on the other side of the equation. I also would like to talk about why our policy regarding this topic is important to the criminal justice system. In today's society, there's a lot of negative expressions towards law enforcement. So I think that with the help of body-worn cameras, we might be able to reduce the negativity towards police. Cameras may also increase police responsibility. So this means that, you know that you're being recorded, so therefore you want to act exactly how you were supposed to act. This goes for the police as well as the public. Next, I would like to talk about the background. Body-worn cameras were first introduced in 2005 in the United Kingdom, and in 2012, the United States Department of Justice issued primer laws regarding laws, policies, and technology for local police departments to consider. Of course, a very popular experiment with body-worn cameras is the Chicago Police Department experiment. And during this experiment, they introduced the body-worn cameras to most of their police officers and looked at the results of the civil lawsuits and how body-worn cameras affected the amount of civil lawsuits. And then after the Michael Brown shooting, the body-worn cameras kind of expanded. And in 2014, President Barack Obama proposed reimbursing the communities for at least half the cost of buying these body-worn cameras, as well as the storage for the footage. Since then, there have been many expansions of departments that have opted to implement body cameras. The goal of body-worn cameras is to improve public trust in the law, expand transparency, and hopefully halt the number of climbing homicides. Next, I would like to talk about the hypothesis. Body-worn cameras would save money by reducing lawsuits towards police, by aiding the dismissal of court cases with digital evidence provided the recorded footage of these body-worn cameras. It could also increase police responsibility, legitimacy, and transparency. Next, I would like to talk about citizen complaints. And I would like to talk about the Freedom of Information Act. These requests were used in a study to collect all data on all civil lawsuits after being informed that the citizens were being recorded and that the suits were dropped. In Mesa, over a 14-year period, the civil litigation data was collected showing a decline after the deployment of body-worn cameras. And as well as in Phoenix, Arizona, there was also a decline after the introduction of body-worn cameras. And in Dallas, Texas, there was also a decline, but it came to a stabilization after the body-worn cameras. Another popular citizen complaint is that there is racial bias towards minority groups. because a lot of people, look at the news and see that the media portrays a large number of excessive use of force on the minority groups. Just like the Michael Brown shooting, there was an explosion of, oh, the police are targeting these minority groups. So with that being said, I would like to come to a conclusion that based on the results from the combined studies, this is a good policy and the criminal justice could benefit from the policy regarding body-worn cameras. Generally, officers have a positive attitude towards wearing the body-worn cameras. And a few studies have shown that civilians who know that they're being recorded express a strong agreement that body-worn cameras make them feel safer and more confident in the police. Officers can also pursue prosecution without the victim's cooperation, and cases may more likely be charged. More research needs to be done in order to understand whether the body-worn camera footage can help officers to learn skills better, and whether that in return has an impact on their actual behavior. And that's all I have for today. Thank you all.